Connected to LICTOTE25049LA.
All right. Hey, hello.
Seamless.
Happy Thursday. How we doing, guys?
It's
Good.
Friday Eve. Woo!
Right. It is Friday Eve. Yes, and that's a good thing. Hold on. I shared it to the wrong thing. Yeah. What am I doing here? Hold on. Skip that, reverse it. Let me try this again. There we go. Place it over there. So how's everybody doing? Everyone staying warm, staying dry, all that good stuff, gearing up for the holidays, right?
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Vince my
Very
shopping.
nice.
Woo!
We're one of the Grinch
Yeah.
today.
A week away.
I am done as well. I don't wait till the last minute with that stuff because it stresses me out, so I don't. But
Mhm.
I have a long-standing tradition. I don't wrap anything. Everything sits unwrapped. I pick one day, and I have a compilation, The Office Christmas episode disc. It has every single Office episode ever aired. That was a Christmas special, and I put that in with a nice adult beverage, and I sit and wrap everything out in my garage on the sofa by myself.
Wow.
Nobody around. It all works out.
Is your
I
garage
wrapped
heated?
it on Christmas Eve to A Christmas Story.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the thing is you just hope that when I wrapped your gift, it was one of the first ones I wrapped and not one of the last ones I wrapped. That's
I
Tom and
wrapped
Jerry
to
started to kick in.
yeah.
I wrapped to a documentary on the Kennedy assassination. So that all the packages very seriously wrapped. Very
Gotta have like military clearance to open that thing up. Jeez,
Mhm.
my God! All right. We got a couple people kind of chiming in over here. We got Robert joining us. Hey guys, hello,
Hey,
Hey.
Robert.
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 Change his profile and stuff there a little bit. Change his handle a little. He says I'm excited to be here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Great stuff. And kind of checking over the page, see what a couple more people kind of chiming in here as we go. But so tonight we're hitting on back in the day, and for you guys that maybe been really caught up in all of our Jaws stuff, we actually believe it or not, we have a back in the day page and we have a back in the day show. And I'm saying that not to be facetious or anything like that, but Jaws has really, last couple of months with the 50th is a big thing. So those of you guys that don't know, check it out. Back in the day Facebook page, or you do a lot of pop culture stuff from whatever. 60s on up, fairly modern. So
Horror movies.
your eyes peeled. Yeah, exactly. Listen, movies, music. I mean, we've done my gosh. Just since Mike and I did one on Saturday morning cartoons one week. Jane and I did one on like games and board games and video games. You name it. We've definitely hit on it, and it's out there. So get on Mayor Vaughn Productions, and they're there. We've done just about everything. I think the last one, I think you, Mike, and JD, and myself, we did one on the Alien franchise. You guys remember that?
Right.
Ooh, that's
That's
interesting.
right.
Yeah, it was right after the last Alien came out.
And before the TV show, yeah.
Yes.
I like that
Absolutely.
TV show. Did you like it? Anybody see it? Alien Earth?
I did not. It looked really good. I saw the I saw the trailers and stuff for it, and it looked really good, but I have not seen it. So
It was
what's
good.
it on?
It didn't focus solely on the alien. It was all kinds of aliens, but it definitely expanded the universe. I liked it. I thought it was good.
I DVR'd it, and I'm going to marathon the whole thing one of these days. It's on my list.
Yeah, you know what was really good was the Welcome to Derry, the It Show
Yeah.
on HBO.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that was terrific.
I
Terrific.
saw the first 2 episodes of that. That is pretty good.
As
Yeah,
the
I've been
first
out there.
episode was crazy. You know, it
Yeah.
started off with a bang, that show, but it really
Oh yeah.
it stuck the landing. It's really good, and I hope they green light the sequels. You know, the season 2 and season 3.
Don't
Yeah.
see why not.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
and
all about money, you know, and ratings.
the big talk right now is Stranger Things. So how's I have
Oh,
not? Is there you guys really into that? I'm not a.
I'm a huge
I've
Stranger
seen the
Things
first
fan. I know
couple-
Janie is. Janie looks very
Never seen
intense.
it. Never seen
First,
You never
I don't
saw
know,
it, Mike?
3 seasons, I think, 2 or 3
Gotta
seasons.
catch up, dude. It's only 5 seasons. That's all. It's like 48 episodes or something. But it's definitely a great, definitely got a lot of Spielberg influences in it, and Goonies influences, and all those kind of great 80s.
I was going to
I mean,
say,
Lots of
Yes.
80s pop culture. I think it's a really great show. Really do.
if you lived through the 70s and 80s, you can just sit and look at everything in the background of the scenes. I mean, you name
Yep.
it. The BMX bikes, the toys, the Jaws posters on the wall, Hopper, who drives a Chevy Blazer and
Hopper Hooper, yeah.
yeah, and is the chief. I mean, there's so many references from that time period in there. Yeah,
Definitely a good
Mhm.
show. You should check it out.
yeah, absolutely.
it. May have to do
We got-
that.
We got James Scott saying good evening as well. James, glad that you're joining and hanging out with us here. And Robert saying happy birthday, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, in fact, we're going to be
Who's that?
wrapping up tonight with a quick little dedication. He's done a couple films. You might have heard of him before.
I saw Avatar today, hoping to see the trailer for his new film, and it wasn't there.
Was there any trailers on it? Is it like 3 hours long?
What, the movie or the trailer?
Avatar.
Yeah, it's 3 hours and 15 minutes long.
It could be
Wow.
why. Maybe
No,
different.
they had the trailer for the Avengers movie. They had a short teaser trailer. They had a great 6-minute trailer for the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's next movie.
Yeah.
Terrific 6-minute sequence they show you. It was great.
Cool.
That looks exciting. But maybe I might have missed the first couple of trailers they showed. So I haven't seen the trailer.
I miss when I go to screenings because they don't run any trailers for critic screenings. You just see the movie.
Right.
It's like
Strange name that he's calling this movie, Disclosure Day. I thought that's a weird name, but
Who knows? The trailer looks kind of wild. I've seen 2 trailers so far.
I haven't seen it yet because I wanted to see it in the theater, and I went to the theater and they didn't show it. So I'll look at it
Emily-
later. I'll check it out
Emily
later.
Blunt is a newscaster, and
Hmm.
they show her and they keep kind of flashing away, and she just kind of sits there and starts to freeze up and lock up, but the teeth do this little cadence of a chatter thing at times. You just kind of, and you're going, ooh, wow, it's about to get really ugly,
That's why she was in that documentary all over the Jaws at 50 documentary.
Yeah, she's a big Jaws fan. I bet she loved working with Spielberg.
Hmm.
Holy cow.
Well, last 2 trips ago when I was on the island, John Krasinski from The Office, who she's married to, is from Mass. He and Matt Damon, and I forget who else the third guy was. I saw a picture of them when I was down in Menemsha on the fishing boat. They went out fishing for striped bass for his birthday. They went out of Menemsha. How cool is that?
Wow.
Oh, you know what? Now I'll have to find the picture, but I'm like, wait a second, you're going to cross the worlds of The Office with Jaws? Oh my gosh, that blows me away.
Well, she never denied it. She said she had a big crush on Scheider.
Yeah, Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
Was it Great Kinnear?
Hey,
I'm just thinking because they did that. Him and Matt Damon did that movie where they were from Martha's Vineyard together.
Yeah, they did. Him
Oh,
and Matt
yeah.
Damon.
Stuck on you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is Stuck on You supposed to be on Martha's Vineyard? It was filmed on Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to watch
Yeah.
that movie again. I liked it when
Yeah.
I saw it years ago. I liked it. Speaking of John Krasinski, he just confirmed that The Quiet Place 3, they're going into production on. So that should be good.
Now, is he going to be Mr. Fantastic in some movie somewhere?
No, he was Mr. Fantastic in The Flash. In a sequence in the Flash movie, he played
Doctor
Mr.
Strange, the
Fantastic.
Madness.
Doctor Strange.
It was
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Oh, you're missing you're
Was
mixing
it
your
Doctor
world.
Strange? Oh, I thought it was. That's right. It was Doctor Strange. I thought it was The Flash. Right, Doctor Strange.
I can see how you would say that. Yeah.
That's all. I think that's all. I don't think he's going to be. I think Pedro Pascal has that part now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Not Disney, I
yeah,
still haven't seen it.
Fantastic
Any
Four.
good?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
Fantastic- anyone?
What was that?
What?
I didn't hear you.
I hear what
Oh.
you said, but
Fantastic Four, is it any good? I see it's on Disney, but I haven't seen it.
It was good. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good.
I like it.
You know,
I like
considering
it.
the first couple of
I like
Fantastic, all the previous Fantastic Four films were terrible trash.
Yeah.
This was the best one, which is
Yeah.
not a high bar.
But the difference is I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. No, I liked it. It was fine. It was fine.
well, not to interrupt here, but I just found the picture I was talking about of John Krasinski fishing off the Mars. You guys want to see it?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me pull it in, and then we'll get on top here. So let me pull in that file. Here we go.
Oh wow.
There it is.
Oh, that's a great picture. Look at that.
Nice. Look at that.
And look, you can see Murphy's Place in the background here. Yeah, right across there.
When was that? How many years ago was that?
I don't know. It's been since I've been doing this show, so it's been the last 2 years. Yeah, I want to say.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
pretty
the
cool
office.
stuff.
He just looks into the camera and makes a face.
Yeah. How about him and Dwight on a fishing boat for a day? That would be hilarious. Oh my! And Ben Gardner.
I don't know if I know that.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, I know we are here to talk about Eddie Deezen tonight, so we're going to hit on Eddie Deezen. Eddie Deezen was trying to join us, and something came up, so I'm sure we'll be rescheduled here. But regardless, we're going to talk a little bit about Eddie Deezen tonight and hit on a little bit of his background. We're going to finish up with Steven Spielberg tonight. So please chime in, give us, you guys have any questions about things, or honestly, if you got any facts or any really cool information or story about Eddie, let us know. I'd love to hear them. All right. So what I didn't realize is that Eddie Deezen actually grew up not horribly far away from where I am.
Yeah.
I'm in South Central Pennsylvania. He's originally from Cumberland, Maryland, which is a bit south and a bit west of me, but not far. I had no idea that he was an East Coaster, and that's pretty cool. I get down that way once in a great while, not terribly often, but yeah. So kind of in the same, actually, kind of in the same realm. I actually plan on doing a bike ride. I wanted to do it this past summer. It didn't happen. I'm looking at getting on a train, and Amtrak runs a service. If you're a cyclist, you can put your bike on the train, and they have a special car for that, and then take the train out to a destination, and then you can do a bike ride. And what I want to do is I want to get on the train and head out to Pittsburgh. I'm going to get off at Pittsburgh, and my plan is to ride from Pittsburgh south into catch a bit of West Virginia, and then cut across on the CNO, which cuts you right through Cumberland, Maryland. Yeah, and then work my way back over through Maryland into Pennsylvania, and then ride back home. It would probably be like a 4-day trip, most likely, maybe 5 days. So I'll be going right through there, and yeah, just sounds like fun, Kind of go out, get lost for a couple days, and end up in these neat little towns. Some neat little grab a bite to eat or something like that. And yeah, so I'll be heading right through his neck of the woods. So maybe when we talk to him, I'll have to maybe knock on his door, stop in, see if I can grab a place to sleep for the night at Eddie Deezen's house. What do you think?
The
You're
last
alive and
time
open.
the last time I was on an Amtrak train, I was 7
Uh-huh.
years old, and we
Yeah.
caught it. We caught it in Virginia, Richmond, and
Huh.
we took it from Richmond to Cincinnati. Wound up going there to the summer in Cincinnati. Came back with a baby sister. So yeah, be careful riding the train, man.
Hey, your sister
Wow.
was your sister at the 50th in Martha's Vineyard? Your sister didn't go, right?
No.
I took a
Yeah.
picture. I took a picture at that tavern at what was it called? The Kittner's bar. I forget what it was called now.
The wharf.
The
The
war.
Wharf.
Dwarf.
And
No,
I took a
she's
picture there, and I swear it looked like your sister, Janie. I'm going to send you
no,
this picture.
she's my
I'm going to
niece
send you the
has been
picture though.
there.
It looked like her.
My niece has been there, and my niece kind of looks like the two of us because I mean we look like triplets, just decades apart. But no, well, I tried to get her to go. We were planning on it. Finances came into play, like everybody else, and it just wasn't a good time. But if we do go, we will eventually get her there. We'll get her to Amity,
Oh.
so we'll get her there.
That picture.
No sleep for Amity.
Amtrak still run?
Yeah,
It doesn't not
sure.
through Tennessee, but on the Eastern Seaboard it does. I know it does from Florida.
Does that look like
Yeah,
your
it runs,
sister a little bit?
through.
Nah,
It doesn't look like
the hair a little bit, but yeah.
That's why I'm like, wow, I thought that looked like her from some of the videos I saw.
Yeah, with her. Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
that's not her, but yeah.
Amtrak
Hi,
since-
TB, if you're watching.
Amtrak since '93 went from Baltimore to New York.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the train. I
Got
do.
to
I love
play,
the train.
Got to play softball for the Man La Mancha team in the Broadway Show League.
Oh,
Nice.
That's
Wow.
I was on an Amtrak auto train in 1976, and the movie they showed was Man La Mancha.
Especially gonna say they showed Silver Streak. Yeah.
Yeah,
Silver
With
Streak,
Silver
yeah.
Street, yes.
yeah. I rode again in very early 2000s. I can't remember the exact year. Whatever year Shrek 2 came out.
Yeah.
All right.
Shrek 2,
Well-
2005 something, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, early 2000s. So Eddie grew up in Maryland, graduated from Allegheny High School in 1975. Here's some early shots of him. And honestly, he hasn't changed a
Cute.
whole lot, I mean, he
No.
really, yeah, myself being a teacher, sometimes you see kids 20 years later and you can pick them out. And other times you have no idea who they are. And so
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really has changed very little. He still has that very, very same look, without a doubt. And it's interesting because, he graduated high school in 1975, and by 77, the guy is showing up in movies,
Yeah.
I mean, it's, and so I know he got into stand up and was doing stand up. And I don't know exactly how he ended up in Greece, but I know that he had gone, they shot the scenes, that nature of Greece, and they had come to him sometime later and said, we don't think we're going to use those shots. We think that we're gonna yank that scene, so you're not going to be in the film. And he was devastated over it, heartbroken over it, as you can imagine. And like a day or two later, they called him back and said, you know what, we really like what you did. We're going to use those shots. So we need you to come in. And so really kind of cool, to have that kind of a kicker happen to you that early on in your career. And
Yeah.
it's obvious that what he did definitely, caught the eye and caught footing, for him to continue on, because I mean, once he hit Greece, I mean, he started showing up. You started seeing him in all kinds of films. I mean, he did a lot of comedy stuff, things like Meatballs, Rock and Roll High, stuff like that. And but he also ventured a little bit into the horror genre as well later on in the '80s. I don't know if you guys know that.
Which
I
Meatballs
do.
was he in?
I believe he was in the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
The second, I think he was in the second one.
Yeah, the
it
second
the
one.
second
It's not
one?
the first one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would have to look it up, but yeah,
I'm
he
doing
was
it
in one of
now.
them.
I got you.
Yeah.
Probably is, yeah, because
I got you.
My wife loves meatballs, so we watch that at least once a year. I
That's
skip
a
over
hilarious
all
movie. I love
the
that
parts
movie.
with Chris Makepeace in it. I skip over all of those parts. They're terrible.
Whatever happened to that
Why?
kid? Whatever happened to that kid?
Rudy the Rabbit.
That's the heart of the
He
movie.
did that.
He brings that. He brings
did
that.
My
Look, he was
Bodyguard.
great. He was
My
terrific in
My Bodyguard, great film.
My Bodyguard, one of the greatest
My
films ever.
Bodyguard's a great.
In Meatballs, he brings that movie to a dead stop every time he's on screen. I skip through every. Sorry, Chris.
Rudy the
You
Rabbit.
watch it,
Rudy the Rabbit.
Rudy the Rabbit.
Wow.
Rudy the
But I'll
Rabbit.
tell you, he's great in My Bodyguard, man. That's a terrific film. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Great
that's
80s
good.
film. There you go. Matt
Yeah.
Damon.
Yeah, I had Adam Baldwin
Cusack is
sign
in it.
my Bodyguard poster for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Adam Baldwin. And how old was he when he made that movie? He looked like he was 25. He must have been.
Yeah, I know he did, didn't
He was held back a couple of years.
he?
Sure. That was my high school. Just it reminded me so much of my high school in Jersey City, New Jersey. What he went through in that movie. So
No kidding.
hit home.
I don't see meatballs on here.
And a handful of his, well, I just kind of pulled a handful of his movies that I was familiar with. So,
Yeah.
Grease, we know he's in Grease too. So 70, so Midnight Madness.
That was a good one. I like that one.
And Midnight Madness, I mean, there's a lot of people cut their teeth in that film.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Michael J. Fox
Yeah.
was in that film. God, who else was in that? Now that I'm trying to come up with names. There was like 3 or 4 people who really debuted in that film. Yeah. War Games. Remember that one? Yeah. Zapped. Man, do I remember Zapped? I remember Zapped.
Yeah.
Scott Baio.
I think that was Scott Baio's real attempt at films, and I don't remember a lot of films outside of that one that he did. I remember a lot, obviously you remember him from Happy Days and Johnny Loves Chachi. I remember him. He did a couple other like ABC, like after school shows and stuff like that, but I don't remember a lot of other films. I do remember Zap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. $1 Million Mystery. Now, that was one that I've seen bits and pieces of. I've never seen the entire thing. You guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't know that one.
In 1987, I saw it in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah. Not horribly familiar with that.
I figured out the clue and sent in my answer, but I didn't win the money.
Yeah, and one thing that holds true, and one thing that he always exemplifies and he always talks about is how much the physical being affects you as an actor. I had watched an interview with him, and he talked about how physical presence has such a not cast a shadow, but has such a big impact on who you are as an actor. And he really, now he was speaking specifically to comedians, but he was saying if John Belushi was 5'4", and weighed 100 pounds, or who else was he talking about? Like if Dean Martin was 6'5", and like they would not have the impact that they do. And so your physicality really, really plays into things.
Yeah.
And he, even to the point where himself, he said, he's always been very tall, very lanky, very skinny, and he had scoliosis. And because of that, he has a back problem. And when he walks, he can't walk exactly straight. And so when you see him walk in some of those films, he kind of has a little movement to him. That's not him trying to play the part. That's how he actually walks, to the point where when he was on set with one of his films, the director come up and say, listen, you're doing a great job, but you can't walk like that. I need you. Don't try and be funny. Just walk straight. He was like, you don't understand. This is how I walk. I have scoliosis. So he always talked about how like this physical being had a big impact on him as well as other actors. And, true to form, really, the way he was able to pull off his comedy. And he was very much a physical, almost slapstick comedian at times. As much as they say he was kind of like the nerd persona, I really think he was very much into physical comedy. Would you guys have an opinion on that?
Very, very Jerry Lewis-like.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's one of the very first nerds, when you look at him. I mean, especially
Really
his appearance in Grease. Like I told you guys, he, Pee Wee Herman modeled his look after him. So
Exactly. And
he's
you know,
definitely, definitely one of the early nerd. I think his look exemplifies nerd. I mean, you look at Revenge of the Nerds, and some of the characters look like him.
Well, Paul Rubens was in Midnight Madness. I wonder if.
Hmm.
Yeah.
wonder if that's where he got the idea from. But yeah, you said that, Val, the other week, and sure enough, I went back, was watching, and Eugene to a T, the gray suit,
Yeah.
the white wingtips,
Yep.
the bow tie. I mean, to a T. You cannot deny that whatsoever. Yeah, yeah, incredible. Yeah. I've got a quick clip here that we were talking about $1 Million Mystery, and just a little bit of that physical comedy that we're talking about with him. So let me pull that in real quick here, guys.
What's going on out there, honey bun?
Yeah, that great
I'm having
80s
a hard
music.
time getting it down. Oh, I can hardly wait. Are you ready, Tiger? Help me.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there was a stunt guy in some of the shots, but the shots of that's him. You see his face when that head goes up on your. I said, yeah, very much physical.
Because his own stunt work.
Yeah. As much as he's considered the nerd, I mean, the guy put his head there. And when you look at his background, I mean, he talks about being influenced by a lot of people, but he always mentions the Three Stooges, the Marx Brothers, Chaplin, and Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean, come on. On top of being very funny, those guys did a lot of physical stuff themselves. To the point where they cause themselves some harm from time to time. So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Yeah. Hey, we got a couple other people joining us. We got Mike Sterling hanging out with us. Mike, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Yeah.
Good to see him.
Kelly Dublin saying loved him as Eugene in Greece, and David Amblin saying LOL and hello. So yeah, good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. So what was your introduction to him? Would I be right by saying Greece? Were you guys aware of him? Anything?
I want to hold your hand, Gordon Grease.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That was his Beatles movie, and he's a huge Beatles nut.
Yep.
Like incredible Beatles nut.
He's a sharp. He knows his Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that was directed by Robert Zemeckis, which is probably how he got into 1941.
Yeah.
41.
Which is what I know mostly from 1941 because I love that film so much, and he's a very, very memorable character from that film. I thought, but I remember seeing. I think I remember seeing him in Greece, and I Want to Hold Your Hand too. But 1941 is the one that sticks out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we're actually, I want to get into a little bit of 1941 tonight. Talk a little bit about that. Let me drag that up here. So, yeah, so 1941.
I love that movie.
Yeah, incredible movie. And unfortunately, considered to be the Spielberg flop, and that movie was never a flop. I don't know why they just did that. The movie did well financially. It did well over in Europe. It was huge. It was enormous over in Europe.
It made the equivalent of almost.
It didn't do Jaws and Close Encounters numbers, so it's
right.
In today's money, it made $400 million.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I think it made somewhere around like what was it, 90 million? I think is what it made, and they made it for 30 million. I mean, come on, that's how can you not call that a success?
It was. It just compared to The critic reviews were
maybe it
pretty
was a
good.
kind of like a financial almost success, but not the Spielberging, success that we're used to. Does that make sense?
Well,
That
well,
Yeah.
think about it. Think
yeah,
about it. He comes out. Jaws hits, blows everything out of the water. He
correct.
does
And then
Close
you've got Close
Encounters.
Encounters.
I mean, you got that.
You know,
I mean, it goes.
you have that heartwarming, adventure and everything. No, you've got this great comedy of all these great actors and people of just chaos in one night. And
Sure.
it's not the normal Spielberg, view.
All right.
Still great. Don't get me wrong, because it's one of my favorites.
I recall the critics not liking it very much at all.
That's what I mean.
Exactly. That's what I thought too, JD. But if you look up the reviews, it got a lot of good, positive reviews. It was on the Laserdisc. They had like screenshots of the reviews, and it got decent reviews. Like, surprisingly, I thought it was trashed by critics. It wasn't. It got some really good reviews too. I mean,
Nice.
it got some bad reviews, obviously.
And even to pay tribute in the very beginning to Jaws was hilarious to me.
Yep.
With Susan.
Right.
And the film ages fairly well. If you go watch it, it puts you in mind of that era, and it's still a great film. There's still a lot of great scenes and a lot of awesome characters in that film.
Time has been very kind to 1941. I think. I don't think it's viewed that much as a horrible misfire, but look, like Mike and I, we loved it since day one. I think so.
And it's got a great cast that everybody's friends.
Right.
I mean, I interviewed Nancy Allen. She said that John Candy came to the set one day to visit Belushi and Aykroyd. So, let's have him do this.
Yeah.
Michael McKean, David Landers, Joe Flaherty,
Penny Marshall,
all these people that just wanted. All of a sudden, they had a part in the film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got it has a terrific John Williams score, one of his best.
Yeah.
One of his best scores.
And they often talk about the fact that was actually one of the stressors, because an actor would show up and he would get a part or she would get a part, and then they would call some friends and, hey, can you get so and so into a scene? You got a part, you can get so and so into this film.
Yeah. Very big group effort. Very big group effort.
Yeah. We do have a couple of people commenting here on some of what we're talking about. So Robert said my introduction to him he was the know-it-all in the Polar Express. A lot of kids know him to this day. That's how they know.
He
does a lot of voiceover work.
Yeah, he does, and I love the line that he says at the end of the Polar Express. If he's watching, that really touched my heart of what he says.
What was the line? I don't remember.
Because he apologizes for being annoying to all the other kids on the train, and then the young man, and then the young man lost the bell. Mm-hmm. At the end that Santa gives to him, and he was very sincere saying that, I'm sorry you lost it, really I am. And that's what a true friend should do. Yeah.
I have that film in 3D. It looks great in 3D at home too, man. Let me tell you. The Polar Express looks nice.
I do a little something with my kids at school. We have just a small elementary school. We have a performing arts center that when they built our building, the performing arts center is part of our building. So we have a full-fledged theater, beautiful sound system, balcony, not real big, but well done. And what I do is the last day before they go home for break is I get permission. We play that film. We have the kids wear PJs that day.
Yes.
We give them popcorn. We make golden tickets. We put their picture on.
Oh, that's cool.
Their name, and we hand it to them. And then I stand there at the doors, and I have a punch, and I try to do the best Tom Hanks that I can do. And we watch about half of it, and then we have to go back and do a couple things, and then we come back and watch the rest of it. And then at the end, as they're walking out, we hand each of them a bell.
Oh, wow. See,
I love the atmosphere of that film. It has a great, kind of a dark really atmosphere to it. Yeah. Very moody, Christmassy kind of like Scroogey kind of thing. I like that film too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Yeah, we got a couple other people chiming in here. We got Jersey Flick saying they use a soundbite of his at the opening of a Beatles show out here in LA called breakfast.
By the way, that's my brother
Oh, that's-
Sal, guys. Say hi to
Oh,
Sal.
is it? Hey, hello,
My brother
Sal.
Hi, Sal.
Is it
Very
Salvatore?
nice.
Tell me it's
Salvatore.
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 Ah, yes.
Shoot.
Well, there you go.
Salvatore.
A Val and a Sal hang out together.
Val and
Shocker!
Sal
Look at the
combined,
shock
that's it.
on my
Oh, my
face. Look.
That's
You
Sal.
guys, should,
God.
you guys should open a pizzeria.
Sal
Yeah,
and
it's two
Val.
brothers. Yeah, right. Yep, that's Sal out in L.A.
Or a masonry company. Well, one of the two, right?
Yeah, right. Waste disposal. We're in waste disposal.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit.
And on that note,
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about 1941. You know, we know that this was, you know, Spielberg wanted to take a shot at comedy, and at first he didn't even know if he wanted to do comedy. He actually toyed with a couple of different ideas. You know, one of which he thought about doing this as a musical.
Exactly.
That was one of his ideas.
That one sequence in it. Yep. The sequence where they
USO.
USO
You-
show.
yeah,
the U.S. show.
that made him want to make musicals, which was, you know, yeah. I love
Yeah.
that sequence, by the way.
Yeah, very good. Very good. And all the sequences, you know, so many parts of that film came out of true stories. I mean, I don't know how many people realize that or don't realize that. I mean, so much of that film. I mean, the Japanese submarine off the
Yep.
coast of
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
you know, and there,
Yeah.
you know, and there was a German submarine that they took out off the coast of New Jersey, off of
Yep.
Cape May. Yeah, that was the real deal. It was a Japanese submarine, and supposedly the admiral of the submarine, before we got into World War II, he worked for Japan, and he was an oil purchaser. He would purchase oil from the United States, from California, and so they would send him over. And supposedly he had a real cross to bear with us because he had come over on a trip, and when he came over on a trip, they were walking along a pretty rigid coastline, and they were talking about, you know, some dealings and things, and supposedly he tripped and fell. And when he tripped and fell, he went down the side of a bank, landed on a cactus,
Ooh.
and
Oh.
apparently was incredibly embarrassed. And people, I don't know that they made fun of him, but I guess no one really helped him out, and he really kind of harbored and held that against us. Exactly,
That's
Janie.
funny.
Yes, and he really held that against us. And so when he then, you know, joined the Navy, he was the one. He was captaining the submarine, or admiral of the submarine, and his orders were to come over and were to hit us at certain strategic places. And he decided, he had such a grudge that instead of hitting the places he was supposed to, which would have done a lot of damage, he fired torpedoes to take out the cliffs that he fell down because he was so bent out of shape about it. Can you believe
Bitter
that?
much? Wow,
Yeah.
They
bitter
said-
much?
Yeah. They said it was a real blunder because he did not hit the targets he was supposed to, and he could have done some damage.
Hollywood.
Right? Could you believe that?
Pat Hill had it coming.
Yeah.
Pat Hill was asking for it.
I'll tell you, one of the great facts I learned from 1941 is from Eddie Deezen's character when he's in the Ferris wheel with our buddy
With Murray.
Murray
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
With Claude, yes.
And he bites into the grapefruit and he goes, you know, is this rotten? And then he throws it overboard, and he goes, oh, I should have timed it. If I timed it, I know that things fall at 32 feet per second, which I never knew, and I always remember that fact now that everything falls. I think it's 32 feet per second, right?
Yeah.
So
Education.
thank you, Eddie, for that bit of knowledge.
Well, you know what? I've got a clip of the Ferris wheel.
Let's see. Let's
Oh
see.
my God, the best.
You
Oh
guys
my
want to
God.
catch it?
Yes.
We gotta catch it. Here we go.
I hear
Yeah. Yeah.
What a fact.
Great special effects.
Hollywood.
Great clip. Great clip.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to crank the sound almost all the way down. But you know what? Every time you watch that film, it's one of those films. The sound is just so out there. And supposedly on set, that's the way it was. Spielberg supposedly used a prop gun to get people's attention to start scenes and stuff. He would shoot off a blank from a prop gun to stop and start scenes because it was at times so loud with all the effects going on. I mean,
Sure.
Unbelievable.
I went out to Universal Studios in 1988, I think, and they had that Ferris wheel on display in one of the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the actual Ferris wheel. They had it on display there. It was cool. Those are great special effects, man, for 1979.
Wait, like a great big one, like an actual.
No.
The
small miniature.
The model.
The small miniature.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
like, how in the hell did they get that? Okay, the model.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were great visual effects for 1979, guys. I mean, that's what I thought for that film.
Oh, incredible. I mean, the film was just loaded. I mean, really, truly was loaded. And it wasn't like things were smudged and blurred out. I mean, it was very, very well done.
All model, all practical models, not in a lot of there's no CGI back then, obviously, very little in terms of that whole B-17 flying down Hollywood Boulevard was done.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It's a great sequence, with practical effects. It was great.
My favorite is Ned Beatty with the gun in the house, and Lorraine Gary, God bless her, Ellen Brody. Yeah, he's.
Don't shoot that gun in this house.
And they shoots and the kids fall down. They go, "Whoa, let's do that again."
The funniest sequence there is when he has to when he takes that anti-aircraft gun, and the way he figures out how to use it is to repeat Dan Aykroyd's "Don't do this, don't do that, don't pull this."
You don't do this. Oh, yeah.
Don't step on.
I'm gonna go watch that movie later. I'm gonna go watch it again.
So that's real story number 2. So that whole scene when Ward Douglas, gets the anti-aircraft gun, put it in his house, that was based off a true story. There was a gentleman in Maine who did just that. In Maine, because they were afraid of the East Coast getting attacked, same as the West Coast, and they put an anti-aircraft gun at his house on the coast of Maine. Do you believe that?
Lorraine was very good in that scene because she's trying to grab things that a housewife would want to grab because she doesn't want to get damaged. This is her home, and it's so funny to me.
That'd be a good movie for next movie night. 1941.
That would.
Let's do that.
Oh my gosh.
I love that movie.
I'm game.
So many good scenes.
Oh my God.
Well, who was your favorite character? And if you had to pick one, I know I have one. And every time
I have one. I have one. I want to see what everybody else says.
In 1941, the favorite character?
Pick one. Pick one. Go ahead, Val. You go for. I know you're a big.
No, don't go. I don't want to go first. No.
Okay. All right. Mike, you go.
Oh, I want to go first.
See,
You're the boss.
I like.
I'll tell you who. I'll go first. Tim Matheson.
Go ahead.
I love Tim Matheson in that movie.
Tim Matheson.
He's great.
Okay. All right.
Good.
And General Stilwell. Sorry, General Stillwell.
Robert Stack.
Shooting in the alfalfa fields. Yep.
Well, he was a spitting image of him too.
Yeah, Warren Oates. Warren Oates would be my favorite.
He's great, Warren Oates. God bless his soul.
Yeah. Hooper, what about you?
Slim Pickens.
There you go.
That's good too.
I'm Hollywood. You ain't getting shit out of me.
Get out of me.
We kicked your ass in the Great War. He's great in that. I've been constipated for a week.
He's yelling it. You hear him before he's going, "This has not been honorable."
Yeah. Yeah. So he probably felt that way when he was making the entire film. Poor guy.
Mine was
You know,
Aykroyd. Aykroyd when he got totally
here you
like
go. There's my
blitzed
brother.
in the tank.
chiming in.
Aykroyd, yes.
Or
Aykroyd had a
Belushi, yeah,
lot of good
those
parts
two
in that.
together, yeah.
I'm a
I-
bug.
Yeah, yeah,
The pantyhose, the orange, like,
The
me,
bug,
I'm a
the
bug.
orange.
Yeah.
yeah. Jerry's chiming in Belushi. Yeah,
Yes, my brother
my,
Sally loved Belushi in it. Yeah, well, that goes without saying.
John
Belushi
Candy,
was
yeah.
great.
Wild Bill.
how about Aykroyd in the tank, and they're trying to get him to come around and how to fire the tank when they're down at the dock.
So
You know,
Yeah.
the refrigerator,
and he's
the
out of
GE
it.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I like
That's
that. I like
hilarious.
John Belushi in the plane, and he's scratching his nuts, and he hears a squeak, and he pulls out a little Cupid doll, and he's squeezing a little Cupid doll. Those little scenes, man, are just so funny. Man, can opener.
He was the first. The first trailer I remember for that was Belushi, and they called he was Wild Wayne Kelso. I think they called him in the
Yeah.
trailer.
All right.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
they did. Wild Wing Kelso, yeah.
Bill Kelso. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
didn't Spielberg do a cameo in the Blues Brothers as a thank you to Belushi for being in 1941?
Yes, he did.
Spielberg
He
is
was,
in,
Yeah, he was a
at the
tax
very
guy.
end.
He was a
Tax
tax
guy,
guy.
tax
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
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 You know,
Because
Eddie.
and that was pre mustache
right.
or pre beard. He only had
Right,
most of the mustache.
Eddie said that he got to know John Belushi. He had talked to him prior to 1941. He was at a birthday party or something like that. And said had a conversation with him for like 15 minutes, and he said, both there and on set, they said he was a very kind individual, very nice guy. He said, and serious, wasn't always the slapstick kind of comedy funny guy, and very serious and took his work very serious and really admired him. So he was a great guy. He said the last time that he saw Belushi, we were very close to when Belushi passed. He said they just came out of doing I guess he was trying out for a part. He said it went terrible. I felt horrible. He said I walked down the street, and who was coming the other way but John Belushi? John Belushi looks at me and says, "Eddie, what's wrong?" And he said, "Oh, I just tried for this part and it went terrible." He said, John Belushi looked at me and he said, "Those guys are a-holes. You got nothing to worry about. You'll be fine." He said that was the last thing he ever said to me.
and then here you are, right?
Well, I've always
Wise
maintained that
words.
had he lived, Belushi would have had a career like Robin Williams. He would have. He would have done everything, and he would have been great at everything.
You know, my
Yeah.
my favorite John Belushi performance in all his films is in The Continental Divide.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Excellent
remember
film.
that film. That
Excellent
was-
Is
film.
his best performance
Yeah.
with Blair
Yeah.
Brown. I love that film. Not many people know it. Not many people
Yeah.
have seen it, but that is John
Yeah.
Belushi's
It's a great
greatest
film.
performance.
Yeah.
I
great
I
film.
wish that was his last movie and not Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It was
But
a
yeah,
very dark
Continental Divide,
comedy,
that's
but
the
yeah.
one.
It's not
Continental
Neighbors.
Divide was, and and I think a lot of the stigmatism with that was the fact that people didn't want to take him seriously. I mean, that was a serious
Yeah.
film.
That
He
is
played
proof.
the part very well.
Continental Divide is proof that John Belushi was a great actor. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
give him the right role, given the right script, he was terrific. He
Yeah.
he was playing a character. He was playing that same Animal House character in 1941. So that's what they
Yeah, it was
wanted.
repetitive. It was very repetitive. That
But
stigma.
Continental
It was.
Divide shows you where he could have gone, like you said, Mike. He
Yeah.
could have
Mhm.
become a great, Robin Williams type actor, and he could have been alive today, still doing that. Too
Yeah.
bad.
And that was the direction he wanted to go in. I mean, he was starting to seek out roles like that. I think he was kind of getting tired of doing
Sure.
the physical, comedy, and being Bluto the entire time. But
Right.
Bluto.
he was damn good at it, though. I mean, oh my gosh, 19. I mean, just the scenes in 1941. Everything from, you didn't know what he was doing. Every time you saw him, he would be perfectly good, and all of a sudden, what's he doing? All of a sudden, he's smacking a dude so he can steal the motorcycle, so he can get, I mean, he was so unpredictable in that. Even, one of the shots that was actually an accident. It was him after he crashed the plane, he gets up and he stands on the wing of the plane. He falls off, and he falls like 5, 6 feet.
Yeah,
That was the real deal. That
I
wasn't
saw
supposed
that.
to happen.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I looked to see if that was a stunt, and no, it was him, and it looked
It was
like he
him.
literally fell on his head. On his head, it
He
looked like
did.
he fell on his head.
And
I
he
know
injured
exactly the
himself.
scene you're talking about, Nate.
Yeah, and he was messed up and kept on. I mean, and as soon as he hit the ground, he bounced right back up on his feet. I mean, immediately. You know.
Yeah.
And then like 15 seconds later, he's standing on the edge of the wing. It's like 4 inches off the ground. He throws the chute and jumps off the edge of the wing. What a great scene!
That's good.
What an incredible scene!
Yeah, we can sit here and talk all night about 1941 and all the great scenes in it.
Just
Oh my
an
God.
incredible cast, obviously incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
and all the big riot downtown. The fights and stuff. I mean, there was
The
some
zoot
great
suit.
scenes.
I never heard of a zoot suit until I saw that film.
Oh my god!
I
Really?
didn't know what a zoot suit was until that movie.
Man,
Did you never
So
see
that
the
was
film
real-
Zoot Suit?
No, I never saw the movie Zoot Suit either.
Oh, it's great. Oh,
Oh,
great
wow.
movie.
Yeah,
Great movie. Lee Valdez, yeah.
I got to
So
check it
that
out.
was-
I know about it.
That was real connection number 3. So there were things called the Zoot Suit riots out there in California. That actually happened, and basically it was between. I want to say it was Latin Americans and Mexicans who still were really into the Zoot Suit look at the time,
Yeah.
and from town and doing their thing just like everyone did at that age and being the cool guy and the tough guy, and would pick fights with military guys and supposedly I think it was like maybe you guys are like a news reporter or something that was involved or a radio DJ that was involved, and basically would say, oh, there's going to be
Excuse me.
the Zoot Suit guys are going to be here at this time, and the military guys would hear this and show up, and so there was going to be a fight. It was like he was announcing a fight that was going to happen, and it would happen. You would have these riots, and so it's.
I got to check out that film though. Yeah, like you said, Zoot Suit.
Oh, it's really good. Edward James Olmos and Daniel Valdez. Yeah.
I love Eddie James Olmos, man. He's a great actor.
He was got a picture with him somewhere. I saw him. I
Oh,
went,
yeah.
El Pachuca. It's his character in Zoot Suit. He looked at me and he waved. He's like,
I love him in Stand and Deliver. He was great in
Program.
Stand and Deliver. Was a great film. He was great in that.
Yeah, he was. And how about the gas station from Duel with Belushi in the plane?
Yeah.
That's the gas station that
Oh,
blows
is
up.
it the gas station? I don't know if I knew that. It's the same
That's the
gas station from Duel.
Same gas station. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't she? Wait, wasn't what's her name? She goes. He says, "Fill her up." She's like, "Where?" I think her name is Elizabeth. I forget her name. Mike, you got to help me there.
Oh, the
Was
old
she in
the
Duel?
gas station lady. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't she in Duel?
Same one from
She
Duel.
plays in Duel, right?
Same
Yeah.
lady, yeah. Yeah.
His Duel was on Sven Gulli this past week for some
Yes, it
reason. I
was.
don't know why they showed
Nice.
Duel, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I have a copy of that on disc still. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a great book about Duel that Steve Awalt wrote. And he used to have the Spielberg website that Spielberg liked so much he hired him, and he did a bunch of stuff for Spielberg at DreamWorks. But it's a great book on the making of Duel.
Nice.
No kidding.
How would you like to have that as your first, made for TV movie, Duel?
Jesus.
Oh my God. And it wasn't even his
Jesus.
first made for TV movie, but
No, it wasn't.
What a
That's what opened the
terrific-
doors for him.
terrific film that was, man. Duel. Talk about that forever too.
Spielberg was a pretty big early fan of Eddie Deezen. I found this clip of it was a newspaper article that came out.
Wow, look at that.
And it's basically Steven endorsing and saying, "Hey, here's Eddie Deezen. This guy's going to be quoted as being the next Jerry Lee Lewis."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jerry
Jerry
Lewis, not
Lewis.
Jerry Lee,
No, Jerry
I'm
Lee
sorry,
was great.
Jerry
Lewis,
Lewis.
the
I'm sorry,
singer.
Jerry Lee.
who marries 15-year-olds. Don't
Let's Eddie marry his cousin. Let's Eddie marry his cousin.
Careful.
Watch it. Watch it. Family show. Watch it.
Right,
Does it say there his new film After School? Who's making a film called After School? Spielberg or Eddie Deezen?
Must have been Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look. You
Yeah.
know what? They look like brothers. Look at them, dude. That's crazy.
There is a lot of similarities. I mean, down to the
Look alike.
glasses that
Holy
they wear,
cow.
and yeah. Yeah, Eddie appears to be pretty tall, but maybe it's just his stature. But he always looked at me to be like over 6 foot. I don't know how big he truly is, how
Probably
tall
is.
he is. You know, and I don't know. I have no idea what size Steven Spielberg is, but yeah, you know,
Look, it
Taller
even
than
says
James.
there, look-alike Eddie Deezen. They even acknowledge it in the picture. They call him as
in the
look-alike.
picture. Yeah, yeah. How cool is that? You know, you figure Eddie was what, 20 years old, maybe. You know.
Maybe.
Mm.
I'd say early 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I mean, dear God, I mean, unbelievable. Yeah, have that kind of reprise. You know, I wanted to ask Eddie, and perhaps what we do. My question for him is going to be, you know, obviously you know Steven Spielberg. You're a fan of Steven Spielberg, so are you more of a Jaws Spielberg fan or a Close Encounters Spielberg fan? I'm interested to see what he would say to that.
Hmm.
I know
What do
he's
you
in
I
our
think
think
he would?
Jaws group.
think
I
I
know he's in our
told you.
Jaws groups. We'll say Jaws.
Yeah.
I think I told you this, Nate. But when it comes to Close Encounters, Jaws to me is the greatest movie ever made. But when I saw Close Encounters, I was 14 years old. No film ever affected me as much as Close Encounters did.
Yeah,
I walked out of the theater looking up at the skies. I was mesmerized. I mean, in high school, I was drawing pictures of the ships and the mountain, just like Roy Neary did in the film. Excuse me. So that film was the most, affected me more than any of his other films when I was a kid.
Yeah, very very profound, scary to be honest with you, because I was definitely on the younger side, and so I would put myself in the shoes of the boy, you know, when his toys would start to carry on and flip out, and
Right.
that really kind of got my attention. Yeah, but then you know, Star Wars action figures came out, and it was all better, so I didn't care anymore. Then it didn't matter. Yeah, 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 absolutely.
Well, my
Well,
cat, my cat was real. He used to show. It was a featurette about Close Encounters, and the way
Making
I think it felt, you remember this, Mike? It was very scary. It was all the intense scenes, like Dreyfus saying, "I want to speak to someone in charge." Yeah, it was.
And
You
it
know,
started at the black with the music where it goes like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was a nice
When-
little. Yeah, we ran
Whenever I
it
talk to
in
my
school. Yeah,
when I talk to my Spanish friends, I have a few. I always use the line from Close Encounters. I'm like, "Hey, el sol salió anoche y me cantó," from the beginning, which means the sun came out last night and it sang to me. So I go, "Yeah, I speak Spanish. El sol salió anoche y me cantó."
Nice.
The things you
Well,
learn from movies.
oh, and the things you repeat. I'm like,
Yeah.
not a day goes by, you don't drop at least one or two quotes. I'm always dropping something from Jaws, something from some Clint Eastwood film, and God knows what else. Like those two are always in my wheelhouse. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
No matter what. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back then, there's a
The
lot
only
of
difference
quotable
is
films.
30 years ago, people got them. Now it's a mid 50s guys dropping Eastwood and Jaws quotes to a 9-year-old. They just look at me really weird. You know? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Then they're not being raised right. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I
No,
got
no,
stuff to
you're
do,
right.
Mr. Jones. Yeah.
You know, my favorite right now at work is like McFly because I'm always trying to, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, McFly. Because I can't find something.
What are you
We
looking
do
at,
have
butthead?
Yeah. Well, I can't
Couple
say
people-
that to a patient, but okay.
Why not?
well,
They deserve it.
It's called
I mean,
HR.
really,
That's
I mean-
why not.
you're using technical language at that point with what you do. Is that not right?
No. Next, moving on.
So when you get mad, do you call them anuses? Is that what you do? Stop being a.
That's only for you.
Anuses?
That's only for you, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
get the
Jim
colorful
will go,
version of that one.
Okay, see, yeah.
We do have a couple people chiming in. We got James saying definitely reminds me of Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, he does it. Eddie Deanson doing his Eugene character. Says I love that movie. And Paul Christine saying one of the greatest dance sequences ever filmed. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
The
What
USO,
are we talking about?
yeah.
What dance sequence in 1941?
The USO.
Oh,
Yeah, 1941, the dance sequence. Yeah.
When he runs up, when Eddie to keep what I forgot his name, Eddie
Bobby
Chicho runs
Chico
up
runs
that
the
wall,
wall. Yeah.
When he runs up the
Yeah.
wall, that was great.
Mhm.
That was a very Gene Kelly. No, I'm sorry, Donald O'Connor move.
Right.
It
Right.
was.
Yeah.
Or James Cagney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
have you guys ever looked up the list of his voice acting? Because that's, I mean, he's
Yes.
done a lot of
Yes.
voice acting the last 25 years. Holy
Yes.
cow. Like, I knew he was well known for certain, like, cartoons and things of that nature. I never fathomed the library of things that he has done work on. I mean,
Yeah.
anything and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, some of his bigger stuff, but like, you know, he's been in Scooby Doo. He was in Rockadoodle. He was in here. God,
I love
what do we have
Rockadoodle.
here? Oh, he was in the Dwarf. He was in a couple of the Dwarf movies. Did you guys know that? I mean, it wasn't voiceover, but
With
yeah,
Tim
he was in.
Conway.
Yeah, I mean, the more notable Polar Express, the new SpongeBob movie. He's in the new SpongeBob movie.
That's
Um,
oh my
Cool.
God. I saw the trailer to that, and there's a part where SpongeBob literally just drops a brick and you get it. And it's like he
Yeah.
dropped a brick. I was rolling.
Oh, I found it. He's like, I found it. There it is. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Then Patrick does the same thing. Oh, I didn't know you had a lucky brick. What lucky brick?
I'm happy to say I've never seen any SpongeBob SquarePants ever. Anything. Nothing.
What?
Zero.
God.
Nothing.
Oh my
I love
God.
SpongeBob. If
SpongeBob's
you watch The Shark Is Still Working, the picture of me with my stuff, I'm wearing SpongeBob pants.
SpongeBob.
Are you?
I had to live through it. My son was a fan, but there was much worse things out there when my son was little than SpongeBob.
Yeah.
There really was. Yeah, there were some things that drove me nuts, and I could at least handle SpongeBob. The voice, a little bit at times, but there was usually some fun stuff in there for adults to kind of catch into, where I could only do so much of Elmo 5 nights a week. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I could only handle, and the one worse than that was Caillou. You guys ever seen
Oh,
Caillou?
Caillou. Yeah. Caillou.
My oldest daughter
Oh.
likes Caillou. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh!
I've never
It
seen
just-
it, but I've seen him mocked on Family Guy, so I assume it's not very.
It just puts you over the edge. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. If you ever want to sit and have a talk with a young adult about, playing, being careful, and children, have them watch a couple reels of Caillou. That will totally turn them away from all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, yeah. But
Right.
and he's more notable stuff for him was like Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
right.
That was one. I think that was one of his real big ones. He had a big reoccurring character on that. He did the Spy Hard movies, which I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Kids movies.
I don't
No.
know that.
No,
He
not
only
at all.
did some voiceover work with it. I know he was in. It was a Darkwing, the Disney film. I
Darkwing
know
Duck.
he had a.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he had great ones in there. I have a quick little clip. Just a couple little pulls from some of his stuff from his character from Fairly Odd Parents. Let me pull
Cool.
that here real quick. Let me grab it here. Give me just a second here, guys. Where are we at? Here we go. Just a little mismatch of it.
Well, I bet my dad can beat up your dad. My feet hurt. Can't we go back? I have to go to the bathroom. When we get back, I'm turning you two into the Humane Society. Do you know how short you look right now? It's bedtime, Dexter. Permanently. I have reconfigured my liquid squirt gun to withstand biohazardous materials. So he looks down at me and says, "Goo, goo, boo, boo." And she says, "Boo, boo, goo, goo, boo, boo." It was at this moment I realized I was much smarter than my parents.
Dexter's Laboratory. I love it.
What show is that?
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah. And I mean, there's no mistaking his voice whatsoever. You could not mistake his voice for anyone's voice. And most of the characters, some of the other cartoonist characters, when you see the animated version, they take on his likeness, including that one to an extent. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely has the look coin, and they definitely include that in what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a lot of what he's done the last 20 years has been that. And he has a whole different world. If you go and look him up, he goes to conventions just for these things, like Comic Con style conventions, because that's how a whole different, a whole different genre, and really, I mean, a whole different group of people outside of us know him is strictly
When
by his voice work.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures because I follow him on Facebook, and he's so grateful. He is so grateful for the fans and even the younger generation who have grown up to hear that voice, that they get to meet him. And he's just adorned by all the youngsters now, youngsters, I guess, young kids. That just he just sees as I'm appreciative. I'm so thankful,
Yeah,
and he means it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's pretty humbled by it too. Yeah.
Absolutely, he is. Yeah,
Yeah, he often kind of discounts himself, which is a shame because he's always been
yeah,
very
no,
very underrated in a lot of what he's done. A lot of people who actually act give him a lot more credit than what he gives himself. They consider
yeah.
him to be a
If
very
he were
underrated
to
comedian.
if he's ever booked here at Fanboy in Knoxville and he's there, I will show up.
So,
I will show
oh
up for
yeah,
sure.
oh I would go in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
I think we're all agreed.
Yep.
yeah. Well, we would be remiss if we did not pull in at least one Polar Express clip of him. You guys agree?
Yeah.
So
That's one of my
Sure.
favorite films. It really is. It's one of my favorite Christmas films.
it I wanted to not be a huge fan of that film for a little while, and then I sat and started watching it with my son, and you
Yeah.
how can you not? It's just an incredible film.
Yeah.
So let me pull a quick one into that. I'm pretty sure I got one here. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, you. Do you know what kind of train this is? Do you know what kind of train this is? Well, do ya? Actually, it's a Baldwin 284 S3 class Berkshire type steam locomotive. The purpose island! I want all of them.
Ticket, please.
Hey, watch out there.
Thank you, sir.
Look at that wise guy punched on my ticket. L.E. What the heck does that mean?
Stop. 115.44.
We're heading for the other side of the tracks.
Well, you coming?
Ah, it's just another pickup.
I wonder if he did the mocap for that, or was it all was it someone else? I wonder if he did the mocap for that.
No, so according to what he said, he and Tom Hanks even acted out the kids' parts.
Yeah, that's what
They
I thought.
had-
I think Tom Hanks did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Peter
yeah,
Scolari, Tom.
and so did he. I mean, even the motion, everything that you see. So when you see him jumping up the slot at that, it has his because that's his movement, that's his
Right.
motion. Yeah, 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 yeah. We got Robert saying it has been my favorite Christmas movie since I was 4 years old. Yeah,
Yeah. And I have a
yeah.
bell. I know it's too bad it's in storage. I was like, man, I wish I would have had my bell tonight. That would have been fun to show.
Yeah,
Well,
he
we
still
are
sounds
rounding
like a
out.
teenager. He's 75 years old. He still sounds like a teenager.
I know what he does.
Yeah.
We ran out of that. You look at everything.
I thought he
we've
was.
looked at
How
and
old is
talked
he?
about.
Well, he's
No.
in his 70s. He's got to be. I mean,
No.
Upper
Grease was
60s, I think.
77. Grease was
68.
78.
Yeah.
So
68.
Yeah, I think he's in his late 60s. Yeah, he's around there. He's
Yeah.
right within that realm, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, and his voice is unchanged through all of those clips, no matter what you see. Even some of his much newer stuff. He did a short film that I was talking about at the beginning of the show, and well, this is my last clip, I promise, and when we're rounding out on the hour part here, we want to do a little dedication, but I want you to show something he did newer that was not voiceover, and that voice has not changed, and he hasn't lost his comedic chops with this. This is to put this into context. This is a married couple who's going through counseling. Okay, and so they're meeting with a counselor. So let me bring this clip in here for you guys, and I promise I'll stop throwing them at you here. But this is if you haven't watched, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a short film. If you haven't watched this film, you guys, it's called Love Suckers. Here we go.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
please.
Okay, Doc, look. Before I got married to her, I was a man's man. I was in the Army for 4 years. I drove tanks. I carried machine guns. Now look at me, Doc. I'm the nerd from hell. I used to be able to go anywhere I want, whenever I want. The house rules were my rules. I had everything, Doc. A fancy sports car and a ton of friends. I had season tickets to football. I had it made. Then we got married. And it all ends, Doc. They slowly tug at you. They verbally castrate you until you're down to nothing. I shower in a shower with a pink shower curtain, Doc. A pink shower curtain, for God's sake. On my bed are 9 pillows. 9 pillows. Who the hell sleeps with 9 pillows? I used to have a 110-pound German Shepherd that would look me straight in the eye. Now I walk with a goddamn Chihuahua. I used to have a pool table, but I had to sell it to make room for a new formal dining room set. A formal dining room set with a hutch. Do you know how many times we've ate in that formal dining room in 7 years we've been married, Doc? Twice. 2 times. And then they talk about the orgasm all the time. It's the orgasm, the orgasm, the orgasm. Do you know how long it takes a woman to have an orgasm? Who gives a shit?
Well,
Hey, look at his face.
it's easy to see what the problem is here.
Is that not good or what? I mean, really?
That's awesome.
If you have not seen that, you've got to catch that. It is a great short film, and it has a great twist to the end. I don't want to give it away. Hey, yeah, check it out. It's called Love Suckers. It really is, yeah, really well done.
Chihuahua.
I used to have a German Shepherd look me straight in the eye. Oh my goodness. Yes. So, as much as we talked about this and talked about Eddie tonight, one of the big things we talked about too was the connection, his connection with 1941 and with Steven Spielberg, which is ironic because those of you at home, if you don't know, today is Steven Spielberg's birthday. It is today, and I believe. How is he? Is he 71, 72?
79.
39.
He's 79.
Yeah.
God. Wow. Well, he's aging well. But
Yukon Cornelius is 103. So
yes, his birthday is today, and so we thought with that tie-in with the time of 1940, we thought that would be a great way to kind of honor Stephen and take us out tonight. So instead of the usual this evening, we're just going to do a quick little dedication and have Steven Spielberg and his birthday take us out tonight. So Steve, if we're lucky and you're watching, this one's for you.
Is there cake?
Steve,
I'm just curious.
Mr. Spielberg, Stevie, I don't know what he goes by.
Sir, I'm not even looking. In case he's looking, I'm not even making eye contact if he's looking.
So we're gonna have that take us out tonight. So we want to say thank you very much for hanging out and joining us, guys. And
Hopefully we'll have Eddie Deezen on in person at some point.
Yes.
Eddie
Hopefully
just messaged me. Eddie thought we were on next week.
Oh,
did he? Okay. Well,
let's do it next week.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, we're not, we can do it in the next week's show.
Well, it's Christmas. So we'll have him back.
yeah. You guys at home hear that? So Eddie, we will be in touch with Eddie. We will get him on. So just a little mishap, no big deal. So we do apologize. But
this is like Eddie Deezen. This is your life. That's
your life.
There you go.
We prepped him so when he comes on the show, he's all ready.
This is pregame. This is pregame.
There you go, Stevie. Before we go, what's everybody's favorite Spielberg film other than Jaws? Go around the clock.
Oh.
Ooh. Close Encounters.
Yeah.
It's hard, right? Look how hard it is.
You got to talk about the different types of movies, though. See, that's where it's going to get hard. So, are we talking drama? Are we talking action adventure? Are we talking
whatever?
comedy?
You lump them all together. What's your second favorite
film?
What's your second favorite Spielberg film?
Any film that doesn't have hook in the title.
Oh, come on.
There are a couple that rival, but one that hit me even when it came out, I didn't know it was a Spielberg film, and that was Empire of the Sun.
Oh, I love Empire of the
Yes,
Sun. Fantastic film.
excellent.
I love that film.
Yeah.
Incredible film.
The one shot where Christian Bale's up on the tower and that
Yep.
plane flies by. Oh my God, I
And
could
the
watch that.
pilot's actually waving to him as he
on a
goes
loop.
by.
It goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story. That's
What
a
if that
big
was him
thing.
singing?
What was that?
What if that was Christian Bale singing at the beginning?
I think he's called out and he calls out what type of a plane it is, I think.
Yeah, P-51 Mustang.
Yeah.
He yells at.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to say Close Encounters, but then Raiders of the Lost Ark is up there. E.T. is up there. 1941 might be my unofficial second favorite because I watch it probably more than any of his other films. So
Saving Private Ryan was an amazing film. You know?
But what hits your soul is what I want to know. What is the one that really hits your soul?
Close Encounters hit my soul.
Hard.
Close Encounters hit me.
Close Encounters is. I was like Val the first time. I think John was there when we saw it.
Yeah.
When that ship took off.
Oh my God.
And the theater was silent. There wasn't a sound.
Yeah.
And then when it came up, directed by Steven Spielberg, the place just erupted.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my God. And I remember saying, oh my God, that's to myself.
Yep. That's the one, man.
Wow,
that's the one. And it was like right around Christmas. It was, I remember it came out at Christmas time and I left the theater and it was dark and it was cold. And all I did was look up at the sky looking for UFOs. That's all I did. Yeah, that would be number 2 for me. Yeah.
All right. Well,
happy birthday, Stephen. If you're watching.
Well, what about JD? JD, you're saying Close Encounters?
I think you said Close Encounters.
Yeah, I said Close Encounters.
Is that what you said, Nate?
No, I said Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun. Good for you, Nate. Good for you.
Well, then I'm just not going to say anything. So.
What are you going to say?
I love The Color Purple.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great film.
I love The Color Purple because of the story, and it's just that's what I meant by when it hits your soul. And to take on that kind of a topic, and especially with a comedian such as Whoopi Goldberg in such a strong character role, I don't know, just the whole story that it's just beautiful to me. I cry every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's great.
Every freaking time.
The only Spielberg film that wasn't scored by John Williams for like the longest time.
Forever.
There's always a great trivia question.
Well, that was Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
But I mean, and you listen to the sound, and it sounds like a John Williams type of score too.
Exactly. It still has that touch to it.
I wish John Williams would have just done the score anyway.
Right.
Kind of like Legend. You got the Tangerine Dream score. You also hear the Jerry Goldsmith score.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen her John Williams score.
But it was very difficult, but yet there was parts in it that was so funny. And I'll never forget is when Harpo's on the roof and he falls through, and the little kid comes in, it's gonna rain on your head, just this little tidbits just cracked me up. Or,
I love that film. Is a great film. It's
great film.
It's 40 years old this month. 40 years old. Color Purple. Yeah.
I know I've told this story before, but one night I was listening to a radio talk show in Los Angeles, and Sam Kinison was the guest, and he was just ranting and raving about everything. And at the time, Goldberg was making movies like Burglar and The Telephone, and then poor Sam Kinison goes, "How about another Whoopi movie? Thanks, Spielberg."
Whoopi Goldberg was sublime in that film. It was such a great performance, understated, and Oprah was terrific in that.
She was.
The whole cast.
Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
At the end, you got to. If you don't tear up at the end of The Color Purple, I don't know.
Correct.
I haven't seen the remake. I haven't seen the musical. I heard it was good.
The remake is good. Fantasia did a great job about it, but I think it took away from, because we're so used to seeing how Spielberg did it with that book. Now take that what you will and look at some of the performances as Cynthia Erivo as Celie. And she knocks it out of the effing park.
Okay.
I have it. I just bought it for, I think it was on sale for $5, the 4K version on iTunes. So I picked it up. I got to watch it.
Well, we have someone that has a quick question about that. We pull him in real quick.
Oh
boy.
I guess.
There he is.
Mr.
Hi.
Deezen.
This is Eddie Deezen of 1941 entering our bathroom so I can get better light. So I'm in our bathroom here. You're right. Oh, let me get this.
Hello, Eddie.
Hi. I'm
Hello,
going to
Eddie.
sit on the John now while I do my
All
interview. on your
right.
podcast. Hi, everybody. What a great looking group.
How are you?
We could just edit out the first half of the show and just start now.
Yes. Feel free to ask me whatever you want. Keep it clean, please. Yeah.
Well, you're in the bathroom, so it's a fitting conversation, right?
Okay. And this is, you guys know, of course, this is Steven Spielberg's birthday. This is Steven's birthday today.
Yeah.
Years young. Yeah. I last saw him. I went to hold your hand in 1941. The last time I saw him was at the 1980 Academy Awards. I rented a tuxedo. It was the only Academy Awards I ever went to. I went there. Steven was dating Valerie Bertinelli at the time.
Wow.
And I saw him there. And he said to Valerie Bertinelli words I will never forget. Twist the knife. The words that twist the knife to this day. He goes, Valerie, this is Eddie Deezen. He's in all my movies. So that was, I never saw him again after that. That's what he said to Valerie. So it was the curse.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Eddie, I've got a great picture of you and Spielberg.
Yes, that's
Maybe
me
you
and
can kind of
Steven.
give us a little bit of background on that.
We looked alike in those days, and we looked like Jewish brothers. I brought my mom to the 1941 premiere to meet him, and he hugged her. He was the sweetest guy. He hugged her. He goes, "Mom," and he hugged her. He goes, "I feel like I should call you Mom," but that's because Steven and I look like brothers. And this is before his beard, And he looked like my older brother. Steven is like 11 years older than me, but we look like brothers. Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Awesome picture.
Incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were
picture.
we were hitting on a good bit of 1941, and that's a little bit of the clip with you and Murray Hamilton. Do you have any good Murray Hamilton stories?
Well, Murray was a wonderful guy. I had not, believe it or not, I'm the only one on the planet, but I had not seen Jaws at this time. Murray and I were stuck there for hours in a day, and we had some great conversations. We would talk about everything under the sun. But of course, the thing you want to talk about, Murray, his main thing is, of course, Jaws. That's the highlight of his career. And I didn't mention it at all. I didn't see it till later. And it's one of my favorite films. Like everybody else, I love Jaws. But we talked about, I remember the Twilight Zone, and we just talked about, women, all the things guys talk about, women, life,
Sure.
Being in this movie. I honestly remember what he said, but I probably asked him about his Twilight Zone. He was, he was in the first episode of the Twilight Zone. He knew Rod Serling, so I'm sure he had great stories, but I honestly don't remember now. I do remember what a great guy he was. He was a very, very sweet guy, totally nice guy. And my dummy, believe it or not, there was only one. Nowadays, even the low budget movies, you have a prop like that, an important prop. You make like 10 copies of it. There was only one dummy. Steven called him Little D's. You go, hey, Little D's. Now, Robert Stack, can I say something fairly a bad word on your show? Is that okay?
Absolutely, sure.
Okay,
Fine,
Robert Stack, remember, was on the show from the Untitled. He was in 1941. Every day, Eddie, hi. How's your little faggot friend? Every time I would see him, how's the little faggot, Eddie? Every time I would see him, he was from a different era. He was, one of that macho crowd. But he never agreed with saying, Eddie, where's the little faggot? Every time he would get in the F word. I remember, yeah.
Well,
And of course, my favorite story is the scene where we're rolling off the pier. Murray, me, and the dummy. That was where I got sick. Steven was whipping us around very fast, and I have motion sickness, and I got sick. And I said, Steven, can you let me down? I go down. Steven says, go lay in my cot in my dressing room. So he had a pretty blonde secretary. She took me to his dressing room, and I lay down on the cot. I felt nauseous. I literally crawled on my hands and knees, and I threw up in his bathroom. And it dawned on me. I go, I just threw up in Steven Spielberg's toilet. And I realized this was one of the highlights of my career. So that was a great moment. My other great moment that stands out in 1941 was the best lunch I ever had, the coolest lunch I ever had. One day we filmed in the morning, and I'm walking across the set literally, and I see Steven. He goes, hey, Eddie, you want to have lunch with us? I figure, sure, I'll have lunch with this. Sure, Steven Spielberg, I'll have lunch with you. So I go to lunch. It's me. I'm 22 years old. Okay, I'm like this goofy kid. I had the mentality of about an 11-year-old. But I'm sitting there. It's Steven Spielberg's to my left, Dan Aykroyd's to my right, and John Belushi's across me. It's the four of us at a table. We were at either Universal or MGM. I forget which studio. It might have been Universal, but we were at a studio. We had lunch, okay? And I'm like, everything short of Ralph Cramden, humana. I couldn't say a word. I did a Harpo Marx. I sat there, I was so overwhelmed by these august geniuses, these brilliant people, I'm having like some, and they all talked. I remember Steven wanted to get a stew. He said, I remember it's funny, the little things you remember. He goes, do you have a stew? I remember he asked the waitress. I don't know if that's what he got, but he asked. And I remember a guy came over, he had drawn a picture of Steven, and he gave it to me. He goes, here's a picture I did for you, Mr. Spielberg. And Steven graciously accepted it. And oh yeah, and when the meal was over, I realized I don't have any money, and I go, oh my god! And Steven picked up the tab, luckily, so I didn't end up looking bad.
Oh,
You're a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yes,
Well,
he's a
we had,
super nice guy. He couldn't
we
be
had
nicer.
Murray's
People
son
always say,
David
"What
on
was
the
he like?"
show.
And I always go, "The word that best describes Steven is unpretentious. He's just the most. He's like any of the six of us." Just a totally regular, nice guy. He's not, he's in showbiz with Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Monroe, Marlon Brando. He's as big as any figure in showbiz history. And he's just a totally regular, nice guy. No pretensions at all. Just the sweetest, nicest guy I could ever imagine. It was a joy, for an actor to work for Steven Spielberg. It's like a baseball player getting to play with Babe Ruth. It's like, doesn't get any better.
Oh,
So it was an honor, it was just, it was an
good.
honor, and he was a joy. And 1941, as you guys know, when it came out, the critics savaged it. They just killed it.
Yeah.
But I think it's looked on in a new light nowadays. It's looked on, a lot of people love it. I've met people at signing shows. Literally, they said it's their favorite movie of all time. And it's definitely held in high regard. I'd say it's a strong cult film. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dan Aykroyd said this is the most appropriate thing. Dan Aykroyd and Robert Zemeckis, they said 1941 is a Three Stooges pie fight that got out of control, and that's what it was.
Agreed.
Please, does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask me?
I was say quickly, Eddie, we had Murray's son David on the show a couple of years ago,
right?
And he recounted some stories. He said Murray recalled you fondly. He had some great stories about you. So
oh, great.
That was nice to hear when he said that.
He was a sweet guy. I love Murray. God bless him.
We do have one or two people that are just throwing a couple of topics out there. Just want to say hello and want to thank you. Thank you for coming on. Robert's a big fan of yours. Said, Eddie, very great to see you, pal.
Thank you, Robert.
He just recently watched you again in the Polar Express.
Oh, thank you. Yes, watch the Polar Express. I need the Hanukkah money, please.
It's that time of year.
Well, wait a minute.
It's on AMC like crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
There's my wife. I'll trip it in, Eddie, for you.
Well, when you guys do have the Polar Express, when you do your Polar Express show, have me on and I'll do the whole show with you. I'll be happy to. It'll be my pleasure. Michael's a wonderful guy, and you're a super nice group.
Oh,
that's
I was telling everybody, Eddie, that I learned.
We watched this. This has turned into This Is Your Life. So we did a nice retrospect on you. So hopefully
thank you, Ralph.
You enjoy it, and thanks for stopping by, and thank you for the holiday card. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Michael.
It's on my wall. So
I was telling everybody that you're one of the most memorable characters in 1941, and I learned that all objects fall at 32 feet per second thanks to you, Eddie. So thanks for that big knowledge, Eddie. I quote it all the time, Eddie.
Here's another one. You guys are movie experts. This is what I heard, but it's hard to believe, but this is what I heard. Two unbelievable things. The one unbelievable thing is Stephen and Bob both said when they'd finished editing 1941, when they finished shooting it, they had 1 million feet of film. I've never heard of any figure like that, but they had 1 million feet of film. God, I mean, that you could make like dozens of films out of that. That's one thing unbelievable. Now, the other one I heard, which you guys could probably verify, you're film historians. I had heard that it was the first film ever where a director satirized himself, where the first scene where Stephen does, Susan Backline with the shark, he does a satire of his own movie. He said that was the first time in movie history a director did that. I don't know if that's true.
Sounds true.
We'll have to listen.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything before that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was wonderful. The last time I saw, I'm sorry, Val, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, how long did you work on 1941? How long did you?
I clearly remember I started January 2nd. Isn't it funny how the mind works? I started January 2nd, 1979. And I think I was filming through like March or April, but I had a lot of off days, We had off days, and Steven, there's no money limit. So we would get paid, and we just shoot. We'd be off a week. We'd be off a week or two, and yeah. Right. But I remember I was on a pretty long time, and I remember I started January of 1979. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being in that movie, Eddie. Because I was telling these guys it's one of my favorite Spielberg films, and you're definitely one of the highlights of that film. So thanks for your performance in that film. It's terrific.
You're a highlight.
Love
you're a highlight regardless.
Yeah. Thank you, Janie. You're very lovely. Thank you. You're a very lovely lady. And JD, Val, Janie, and Nate, and Michael, of course. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. If there's any Jews, Happy Hanukkah. But if not, Merry Christmas. I hope you all get great presents, and I hope all your Christmas wishes come true. And I hope you have a wonderful year in 2026. I hope everybody achieves all their hopes. I mean, this has been if it wasn't a bummer year before, this last week or the last 2 weeks, I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about. It's been a bummer for everybody, but you got it. You move on in life. There's, it's an amazing amalgamated planet we have with these beautiful people, the most beautiful, wonderful artists and great people like you people are lovely people with good hearts. And then, we have Jesse James and Hitler out there, it's a weird amalgam. Whoever's the power that be said, we're going to make this crazy planet with the best of the best and some of the most evil people, whatever. But anyway, have a great year in 2026, all of you. And I hope I can come back on your show. I've really enjoyed being on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Eddie.
I have a lot of Grease
Beatles
stories.
show coming up.
Small story. Grease was my first movie, so we can talk about that. Whatever you want.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you,
Happy
Eddie.
Thank you
Hanukkah.
very much, Eddie.
Happy Hanukkah.
All right. Happy
Happy
holidays.
holiday, bud.
Take care. Happy holidays.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Bye.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. There you go.
Wow. Yay.
Right.
That was
There you
great.
go.
A nice climax for the show. It's a perfect ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Eddie.
We got to have him on again. He was just so full of energy, man.
Awesome.
We got to work that out.
We got to do a Beatles show with Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
He and Jamie. Oh, we've got to get Jamie on with him, and he is like supposedly he's like the Beatles like knows. What does he post like a question? Like you were telling us, Mike.
Yeah.
He'd give you $100 if you can answer his Beatles question.
Yeah, he's sharp. He's the one that when I reached out when I was going to do I think I told this story before. I was going to my book after the Jaws 2 book. I timed it so it would have come out 50 years after when the Beatles hit, or 60 years. Mm-hmm. And I was going to call it Up on the Roof, and it was going to be about the Beatles' last concert on the roof of EMI Studios.
Yeah.
And Eddie said, well, I said, do you know anyone that was on the roof? And he goes, well, talk to this guy. And this guy goes, yeah, I was on the roof. And his dad was the Beatles lawyer. And we were going to do this Beatles book, and I was going to have Eddie involved, and it just never came to fruition. But yeah, he knows his Beatles.
Boy, what energy he has, though, huh? Like he's just like, wow, boy, he's got such great energy. Holy Toledo!
Yeah. He's going to be a fun one. I'm really glad that he popped on there and hung out with us for a few minutes. And we will re-coordinate. We will get him back on. I have a feeling he's going to be a very fun guest to have on. Yeah,
absolutely,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's not wait too long. Let's get him on soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have a feeling just hearing his stories alone. I mean,
oh my God,
more than 5 minutes there just listening to him. So, well, all right, guys, thank you. It drug out a little bit there, but it was a very nice little surprise there towards the end.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah. We set him up.
If you're not if you're not familiar, we're doing a raffle. We're doing a great end of the year raffle for Wild Aid. Go to the Jaws 50 page, or Let's Talk Jaws Live page, or Amity Jaws Group, or Jaws Paradise.
Yep.
The original Jaws page. Pretty much every page on Facebook is carrying something about the raffle. We're trying to raise money for a great cause. We got some really good prizes, and a couple of people have donated stuff since we announced it.
Yep.
So we even have more prizes. So.
Yep.
There
you go.
There it is. Yeah. So $2 a ticket. You got 2 ways to pay, and you'd be in the running for quite a few prizes and a grand prize. And whether or not you win everything or take home nothing, your money goes towards a wonderful organization endorsed by Wendy Benchley. In fact, it was the one who recommended.
She's the one who suggested it.
Yeah. So, and it's running through the 27th. We're doing a live airing and live ticket draw on January the 4th for all the winners. But honestly, if you're participating, you're a winner because you're really helping out a great cause. So please check it out. And, if you have any questions, just let one of us know.
Please do.
Yes, please.
By all means.
All for a good cause.
Yeah. And speaking of sharks, how about we wrap up with our little dedication to Mr. Spielberg? All right.
Before we go, I want to kind of say something. This has been an incredible year for all of us. And Christmas is next week. And of course, we're not going to be on next week because we're going to celebrate the holidays with our loved ones and friends, family, and all that. Just have a great Merry Christmas. Be loved. Love everyone. Enjoy yourselves. And that's all I got to say, because like Eddie just said, times are really bad right now, but it doesn't have to be. So I just wanted to say that. Come on here and say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy
Yeah.
yourself. Enjoy those around
Enjoy
you.
yourself. Exactly. I have a great Christmas gift wrapped up that I get to open up and wear in my pajamas and show a certain person, and they know who they are. And it's gonna be a good Christmas and a good New Year. Let's work on it.
Very nice.
Yeah, I want to wish everybody happy holidays too. And there was a great quote, and I posted it on my page, and I'm going to read it out. It says, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can."
Yeah, that's
Those are good
excellent.
words to
I
live
love
by.
that. Yeah, I like
Happy
that.
holidays,
It is.
everyone.
Yes, and happy birthday to Mr. Spielberg. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
great year. Thank you, everybody, for supporting
Thank
us.
you, guys.
And to echo everybody else, Paul McCartney said it best: the love you take is equal to the love you make. So,
Bingo.
everybody,
Absolutely.
be safe. Have a great holiday, and we will see
See you
you
soon.
on the 4th of January.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy
And
New Year.
and
Yeah.
I don't have the words of wisdom that these guys carry, but I will leave you with this. I will leave you with this. Nothing good comes out of look what I can do. Just remember that over the next few weeks, would you? Okay.
Or here, hold my beer.
Yeah. Right before you say, look what I can do. Exactly. So just keep that in mind, So yeah, so
If I
we're
can,
gonna
if I can make
do
a quote,
go
the
ahead,
words of
absolutely.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Don't be a jerk. It's Christmas.
God bless us, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. Keep your ears out and pick up a couple tickets. And this is a kind of a back in the day, a little bit of Spielberg, a little bit of Jaws in there. So I guess we'll at least do a quick fins up because we were talking about Spielberg
Oh
tonight.
no,
Take us out.
he's gonna
Does that
come
sound
join
good?
us. This is what we're
All right.
for.
There you go. All right.
Look at that.
Bruce
What a
yourself.
great little thing you got there,
Isn't
Jamie.
it? It's
How about
beautiful.
that?
Thank you.
I think that was the one she threw at the monitor earlier. Isn't that the one? All right. So we're going to have Spielberg take us out. I'm going to pull us out. So have yourselves a wonderful holiday. Please take care. We love you all. Thank you very much, guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out and peace everywhere.
Have a
Indeed.
crispy New Year.